Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. In today's video, we are going to cover ICP, its recent price action. We are going to, of course, cover a couple of interesting altcoin charts and a couple of news and different details for ICP. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video isn't any financial advice. But all right, let's have a look at ICP itself. ICP is currently trading at $12.29 and it's currently experiencing a 4.6 leg down. So that's something that obviously we are not really happy to see, because we are all anticipating these higher prices for ICP. But I do believe that, you know, the next pump is going to finally come in days, hopefully days, if not weeks. But all right, we are going to get into the chart very shortly, and let's have a look at market cap. Market cap is currently sitting at 5.6 billion USD, and 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 204 million USD. So before we are going to get into chart, let's have a look at a couple of interesting news over here, and let's check what Vitalik said about ICP.
What is the most promising ETH competitor in your eye?
In terms of like things trying to do like general computation, I mean, I tend to find Dfinity pretty technically competent. And Dominic's got like really great stuff on things like threshold signatures and distributed key generation. Like Dfinity does really contribute to kind of the leading edge of the space, and that's something that I really respect.
When I was learning about like the beacon chain and all that, I was like, oh, this sounds like Dfinity.
Yeah.
What role has threshold relay and other improvements from the Dfinity ecosystem have played into the design of Ethereum 2.0?
We use BLS signature aggregation, which also uses BLS signatures and also gets kind of very high efficiencies from combining signatures together in the same way a threshold relay does.
Alright, I do think that this is really good, because Vitalik wouldn't really say positive things about projects that is a scam, that some people are calling a scam. He mentioned about positive aspects of ICP, and he said that most likely they are going to be the leader in the space in the future, but again, in the future, so that is going to come with time. And on the top of that, we've got another event happening in Hong Kong from 6th to 9th of April, and that's obviously great because it's another eye-opener for institutions and retail about ICP and its great use cases, so that's always good to see. And a couple of photos from university in Philippines, so that's always something good to see, because people are learning about the use cases of ICP, and obviously that is going to be adapted in the future because new generations are going to build on ICP, and that Web3 development is coming. But again, in my opinion, it is going to take time for ICP. The all new Noble blocks public testing coming soon, 100% on chain, 100% built on the internet computer. So that is very good, because that social media platforms are being built and more and more things are being built on ICP, so that adoption is coming for ICP, and it's always great to see that something is happening on the chain. Let's have a look at some numbers for ICP. So if it comes to ICP being staked, that is currently sitting at 47.2%. So we've got a little bit of dip in terms of ICP being staked, but I don't think that is a big issue. And now let's have a look at the balance on exchanges for ICP. So on the 15th of March, we're sitting at 40,293,000, and at the moment, as of today, we are, well, as of yesterday actually, we are sitting at 40,752,000. So we do have that increase of balance on exchanges for ICP, and I do believe that this is caused by unlock of 3.2 million ICP into the market. So basically we had that unlock this month, and we are going to have it next month as well as May, June, so on and so forth. But I don't think that this is something necessarily very bad. Let's check TVL. So the TVL is currently sitting at 25 million USD, but obviously that is only for a DeFi. And now let's finally have a look at ICP's chart. So let's have a look at what is going on the daily chart for ICP. So we broke below that ascending triangle model over here, and we dipped significantly, and I do believe that this is opportunity for us to scoop up some more ICP. However, if we are going to look at Fibonacci trends, we can clearly see that if we are going to expect the next pullback, well, continuation of that pullback, that is going to be 0.5 Fibonacci zone, which is going to put ICP at $11.30. So that will also coincide with this short-term support over here, with confirmations over here, here, and here. right? And also a little bit over here, right? So I would say that this makes sense on the technicals, that we are going to see that retest of that zone as a support. And I also do believe that this pullback is caused by market makers, right? Because that was too beautiful to be true, that we are going to see $24 ICP right away. And I do believe that all of these leverages had to be flushed out. And if we are going to look at the standpoint of moving averages, we can see that we are being supported by 100-day moving average, and looks like ICP is bouncing back, but obviously anything might happen at this point. And I do believe that we could see ICP at $11, and after that we could see potential reversal to the upside. So I still do believe that ICP is going to see bigger prices in the coming days or perhaps weeks, but the target for the next move is going to be around $24. That is going to coincide with that level of resistance over here that leads us back to the previous bull cycle. So we do have to be very patient over here with our ICP holdings, and we also have to look at the RSI trend, because obviously that downward trend isn't going to take forever. Sooner or later we are going to see the bounce on RSI trend and potentially higher prices. And if we are going to look at the rainbow chart for BTC, we are still before the halving and we are still in the hodl yellow area, so we still do have a little bit of time. And if we are going to look at the potential targets for BTC this cycle, that's going to be around 260,000 USD, so that's very juicy for BTC. And now shout out to Titan of Crypto on X. 5 trillion total market cap for alts is the bare minimum for this cycle, so he expects nothing less. And if we are going to follow that trend line here on alts, we could expect that 5 to 6 trillion USD for alts. That is definitely very juicy. And if we are going to look at that chart, we still haven't reached that major level of resistance here that leads us back to the previous bull cycle and of course all-time highs. And if we are going to look at total market cap including Ethereum, we have already reached that major level of resistance that leads us back to the previous cycle. So of course alts without ETH and BTC on the chart are still going to lag behind a little bit. Nevertheless, it's still great because we still have time to accumulate a little bit, I believe. A breakout from a descending channel that is 2.5 years in the making, it's happening right now. MACD is about to break the zero line at the same time. So as we can see here in 2020 and 2021, once we broke above, we had huge parabola for alts. And if we are going to look over here, we are already breaking above that channel. So that is definitely very bullish. If we are going to be conservative for alts and say that alts are going to do 5x from the previous one, that is still going to be around 3 trillion USD, perhaps a little bit bigger, because the first one was 20x, the previous bull cycle was 10x, and this current one, let's see. The altcoin market cap is up 175% from its bear market bottom. Price has been in a nice uptrend since then. Remember, this is a bull market. There are several short-term pullbacks before prices reach its peak. So if we are going to look at the previous cycle, that's exactly what happened over here, right? Number one, we saw a little bit of a pullback, then we saw a huge pump, and then number two, we saw the pullback, right? Then pump, and then a pullback again. Number four, exactly the same. So that's just profit taken on the way. And as we can see in this current bull cycle, this is exactly the same thing that we are expecting at the moment. Some possible pullbacks on the way. Nevertheless, our altcoins are going to shine. And of course, hopefully ICP in coming days, if not weeks. Alright then, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching that quick ICP update. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I wish you have a great day. Peace and love, crypto.